Let's get started with our first news. Alex Pereira has reportedly received a warning regarding a potential fight with Jon Jones. While Pereira hasn't officially called out Jon Jones the way many fans expected, veteran fighter Matt Brown believes Alex might be heading into dangerous territory by chasing that kind of super fight. During the latest episode of The Fighter vs. the Writer, Brown shared his honest thoughts about what would happen if Alex and Jon ever stepped into the octagon together. He explained that the build-up for such a fight would be absolutely insane, one of the biggest spectacles in combat sports history. Everyone would be hyped. There would be endless debates, massive bets, and non-stop buzz, just like when Conor went up against Floyd Mayweather. Brown admitted that Alex might actually have a better chance against Jon than Conor had against Floyd, but he made it clear the matchup itself is a nightmare for Pereira. According to Brown, Jon Jones is not just a slightly bigger guy, he's a much larger, more complete athlete at heavyweight. He's an elite wrestler, one of the greatest of all time, and that alone makes this fight almost impossible for Pereira to win. There's no way in hell, Brown said, that Alex's wrestling is anywhere close to Jon's level right now. Even if Jon Jones has been inactive or sidelined for over a year, Brown believes he could still show up and completely dominate with his grappling and cage control. Meanwhile, Pereira will be sitting on the sidelines for a while as he recovers from a broken foot. Despite the injury, his reputation and success continue to rise. He's now ranked number 5 on MMA Fighting's pound-for-pound list and number 4 on the UFC's official pound-for-pound rankings, an incredible accomplishment given his short time in the UFC. With Pereira temporarily out, attention may shift toward a possible title eliminator between Yuri Prochaska and Carlos Ulberg, which could determine the next challenger once Pereira is fully healed and ready to defend his belt again. Moving on to another news. Justin Gaethje has reportedly rejected a fight offer to face Hearn, leaving fans shocked and speculating about what's next for the former interim champion. Hearn, one of the UFC's most dangerous lightweight contenders, is now set to headline a major fight against Dan Hooker, who's finally returning to action after more than a year on the sidelines due to injury. Following Islam Makhachev's move up to welterweight, Hearn has officially become the highest-ranked lightweight contender in the division. Many expected him to face Gaethje in a title eliminator, but that fight never materialized because Gaethje turned down the offer. Hearn didn't hold back when addressing the situation. He bluntly stated Gaethje said no and Hooker said yes, making it clear that he views both fighters as manageable challenges on his path to the title. This decision by Gaethje has raised serious questions about his future in the lightweight division. After suffering a brutal knockout loss to Max Holloway at UFC 300, Gaethje's momentum has slowed significantly. That defeat not only cost him the BMF title but also his immediate shot at lightweight gold. Despite that, many fans and analysts still see Gaethje as one of the top contenders and believe he could earn another title shot with one big win. Meanwhile, Hearn's rise has been nothing short of impressive. He's been climbing the ranks fast with dominant performances and relentless pressure, showcasing elite wrestling and improving striking. Now headlining a main event against Hooker, Hearn has a golden opportunity to solidify himself as the next in line for the lightweight championship. If he wins convincingly, it could be the final push that secures his long-awaited title shot against Ilia, who currently holds the belt. On the other hand, Dan Hooker's return brings excitement of its own. After a long injury layoff, he's looking to make a statement and prove that he still belongs among the elite. A victory over Hearn would instantly put him back into the title conversation and shake up the entire division. As the lightweight division undergoes a major reshuffle, this matchup between Hearn and Hooker could define the future of the 155-pound landscape. With Gaethje on the sidelines and Hearn pushing forward, all eyes are now on this showdown, a fight that could very well determine the next man to challenge for UFC gold. Moving on to another news. Charles Oliveira has once again expressed strong interest in fighting Conor, but this time he wants to make it happen in one of the most unique venues imaginable, the White House. Ahead of his upcoming clash against Mateusz Gamrot this weekend, the former lightweight champion shared that facing Conor would not only be a dream matchup for him but also a defining moment for the entire sport. Oliveira has been calling for a fight with Conor for years, and now he believes the timing is finally right. He said that if the UFC wants to make it happen, he's ready. When we talk about legacy, I think this would be something huge. Oliveira stated, "If the UFC needs me, I'm here." Charles Oliveira versus Conor McGregor, that would be the fight. The money fight. His comments quickly caught fire among fans, sparking excitement and speculation about whether the UFC could actually pull off an event of that magnitude. Despite recent setbacks, Oliveira remains focused and determined. Coming off a tough knockout loss to the champion, he's not letting the defeat define him. There were rumors circulating that Oliveira might retire after his next fight in Brazil, but he made it clear that retirement is not even a thought. "I don't know if people think I'm fighting badly or that I'm done, but every interview I give, someone brings up retirement. I never thought about it, not once," Oliveira said confidently. "I'm still here to fight, I'm still here to win." The former champ also took a moment to address the viral AI-generated chicken post that circulated online after his fight announcement. The post, meant to mock him, made waves in the MMA community, but Oliveira brushed it off effortlessly. "Fans, media, everybody keeps sending me that stuff," he said. "I've been here for 15 years and you still haven't realized that I don't care what these guys say or do. It makes no difference to me. My respect for everyone stays the same." As Oliveira prepares to face Gamrot, the stakes couldn't be higher. Oliveira is looking to bounce back and reclaim his place among the elite, while Gamrot sees this as the biggest opportunity of his career, a chance to beat a former champion and make his name in the division. With both men hungry for victory and Conor's name still looming in the background, all eyes are on Oliveira to see if he can deliver another classic performance and keep the dream of the White House fight alive. Moving on to another news, Eddie Hearn has openly spoken about competing with Dana White in the world of boxing, and it seems that moment is finally arriving. With the recent announcement of the Canelo vs. Crawford megacard and the Zuffa boxing broadcasting deal, both sides are preparing to go head-to-head in what could become one of the biggest rivalries in combat sports promotion. During his recent appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Hearn shared how excited he is to go up against Dana White. He said, "I compete against other promoters, I compete against the boxing industry. Maybe a few years ago I would have said we're poised to dominate boxing globally, which we've been doing, but especially in the markets that matter, particularly the US." Hearn emphasized that his company is in a fantastic position, highlighting that many of their competitors either don't have strong TV deals or don't have the kind of broadcasting power they do. He continued, "If it's going to be Eddie versus Dana, even saying that excites me, because you always want to test yourself against the best. Dana's the best MMA promoter in the world, one of the greatest fight sports promoters of all time, and now I'm gonna take him on in boxing. How good is that?" Hearn also responded to recent comments made by Dana White, who said that Eddie's gone all Oscar, referencing Oscar de la Hoya. Hearn found that remark bizarre and clarified his stance. "If you listen to what I say about Dana, you'll never hear me speak negatively about him. He's always been very good to me, and I respect him. But when you publicly say you're coming into the sport of boxing, that you're gonna dominate it, that you're gonna be the CEO of boxing, what do you expect me to do? Roll over and let you tickle my belly? Absolutely not." Hearn didn't stop there. He also touched on one of the most debated issues in combat sports, fighter pay. He pointed out the massive difference between what boxers earn compared to UFC fighters, especially under the new Zuffa boxing model. "You're gonna have a situation where a boxer makes 3 or 4 times more than the main event fighter on a UFC card," he said. "And the crazy thing is, the UFC card often brings in more revenue. They can't afford for the talent to see those numbers." As Dana White prepares to make his move into boxing, Hearn believes the success of Zuffa boxing could come down to one key factor: whether they can get the ALIACT expanded. If that happens, it could reshape fighter pay contracts and the future of both sports. The rivalry between Hearn and White is heating up fast, and fans are ready for this promotional war to begin. Moving on to another news, the MMA community has grown deeply concerned for Khamzat after a recent post on his Instagram sparked major discussion across social media. In the video, Khamzat was seen training in front of a large portrait of Chechen President Ramzan Kadyrov, which immediately raised eyebrows and fueled serious speculation about his personal safety and freedom. Fans and analysts began questioning whether Khamzat's public displays of loyalty toward Kadyrov were genuine or something he was being forced to do. Many believe that the fighter may have no choice but to comply due to potential threats to his family's safety. MMA Guru, a popular online commentator, weighed in on the situation, saying, "There are many things you can criticize Khamzat for, but his enforced loyalty to Kadyrov isn't one of them. Some people don't understand how dangerous it is to say no in that part of the world. I dread to think what could happen to Khamzat's loved ones if Kadyrov ever heard him refuse anything. He went on to describe how disturbing it was that Khamzat's wall of achievements, including his world title, is overshadowed by an image of Kadyrov, a man who had no role in his success. Guru added, Kadyrov gets satisfaction from making one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet act submissive, like a scared dog. That's what's truly heartbreaking. Across social media, fans expressed their own fears and sympathy. Many wrote messages like, I hope Khamzat is safe because this is not normal, and free Khamzat, this man clearly has no freedom of choice. Others speculated that his public behavior is simply an act of survival, saying he's glazing Kadyrov to protect his family. If he stops, they could be in danger. What else can he do? Some even mentioned the chilling possibility that refusing to cooperate could have dire consequences, with one fan commenting, doing this is way better than risking the lives of your family and friends. The man has no choice. Another wrote, he's literally held hostage by circumstance. You can see it in his eyes. He's just doing what he must to keep everyone safe. As discussions continue online, one thing has become clear: people genuinely fear for Khamzat's safety and well-being. Whether the situation is being blown out of proportion or not, the overwhelming sentiment across the MMA world is the same: concern, compassion, and hope that he remains safe from harm. Moving on to another news, Alex Pereira has finally addressed whether he plans to fight again before the highly anticipated UFC event at the White House, while also reflecting on some of the mistakes he made earlier in his career. After an incredible run in 2024 where he defended his light heavyweight title 3 times, Pereira's willingness to step in for the UFC on short notice earned him massive respect from fans and fighters alike. But according to him, that same habit of constantly stepping up may have also come at a cost. Earlier this year, Pereira admitted that he wasn't at his best when he lost his title to Magomed Ankalaev. Despite giving his all, he said the lack of full preparation and the constant grind took a toll on his performance. However, Politan made an emphatic statement at UFC 320 by avenging that loss in brutal fashion, reclaiming the light heavyweight belt with a devastating finish over Ankalaev. Immediately after that win, Pereira set his sights on something historic: fighting at the UFC's upcoming White House event. That announcement meant he would likely sit out for around 8 months, but it seems an unfortunate injury may have made that decision for him. While Ankalaev entered UFC 320 nursing a rib injury, Pereira left the octagon with one of his own. During the fight, he appeared to injure his foot after landing several hard leg kicks. In a heartfelt speech posted on his YouTube channel, Pereira opened up about his journey, admitting he hadn't always been as disciplined as he should have been. I think I did the right thing this time, Pereira said. Before, I wasn't 100% disciplined. I'm human, I make mistakes, but I always try to fix them. This time it was 100%. I started doing the right job after the fight I lost. He then addressed the injury, surprisingly viewing it as a possible blessing in disguise. Things happen. I break my foot, but is that good? Sometimes it is, he said. If I didn't break my foot, maybe I'd fight again before the White House event. I'd rush into another camp, maybe get injured again, and everything could fall apart. Pereira explained that if he had come out of UFC 320 injury-free, he might have been tempted to fight again before June 14, which could have backfired badly. Instead, he now plans to take time off, recover fully, and be at his absolute best for the historic White House fight. There's no way I'm doing 2 fights if it's broken, he added. If that happened, thank you, my God. Moving on to another news, Alex Pereira has once again shown fans his humble side by returning to the tire shop where he used to work back in Brazil. The light heavyweight champion shared a short clip on his Instagram, showing himself visiting the same place where his journey began long before his rise to MMA superstardom. In the caption, he humorously wrote, "Heading back to drinking," followed by a laughing emoji, showing that despite all the fame and glory, he's still the same down-to-earth guy he's always been. Fans immediately flooded the comments, calling Pereira one of the most humble champions in UFC history. Many praised him for remembering his roots and showing respect to the people and places that helped shape him into who he is today. This visit to his old workplace wasn't just a random stop, it carried a message. It showed that Pereira hasn't forgotten where he came from, and that his journey from a tire shop worker to a 2-division UFC champion is a symbol of hard work, sacrifice, and faith. Interestingly, Pereira also made a small remark that caught everyone's attention. While speaking to his old friends at the shop, he said that Ank was right, referring to Magomed Ankalaev, the man he recently defeated to reclaim the light heavyweight title. Many believe Pereira was acknowledging Ankalaev's earlier comments about how success can make fighters forget their foundation, something Pereira clearly refuses to let happen. This moment reminded fans that behind the monster striker known as Poatan is still a man who's grounded, grateful, and deeply connected to his past. Whether he's knocking out opponents in the octagon or sharing laughs at his old job, Alex Pereira continues to prove that true greatness doesn't change your heart, it only reveals it.